Hello. I guess I'll start out right away with your question. What did I take out of high school? And the answer is really not much, um, which is why my response to, I guess, the question you got was yeah, about, does high school matter? And I think you gave the answer no, but yes, but no. And I think I would go the opposite way and say yes, but no, but yes. You know, I guess first I would start out, starting out with academics. You're right. Your a grade you get in high school does not show up on your, job application. But where you go to college does, and the grades you get in high school can affect where you go to college, or can affect whether you get a scholarship, as you said you did. And going back to what you talked about when you moved out to California, you had saved up X amount of money. If you were paying off student loans, is it possible you wouldn't have been able to afford to move out when you did? And who knows how much things change from there. That being said, I was never the greatest student. Unfortunately, as therapist pointed out later, I probably have ADD, and I didn't back then. They didn't really diagnose it, but I still got into I got decent grades, got into a decent college. Unfortunately, between the ADD and my social anxiety, I lasted about 2 weeks. Uh, but yeah, so you don't have to do great in high school to get into a decent college, or a lot of people who community college and did real well there and were able to get into a good, you know, school after that. Uh, Not to mention, I've read a few things where they talk about, the value of a college education, saying that, the price of a college education is going up while the value of it's going down. The way the world's changing, there are so many other ways to make money. You may not need a college education. Of course, that depends on where you're going to go with your life. Why I look what I look at high school most as is it's a learning experience, and that's academically, what you learn in class, but also finding out, you know, as you said, what you like. It's learning people skills. This goes for to relationships too. And this is the stuff that will hopefully stick with you for the rest of your life. The stuff you learn. Uh, but it's not just high school. It should start before high school and continue after high school. I mean, we should always be learning. Uh, you know, to this day, I'm still learning and changing. I mean, the last year and a half, I've done stuff I wouldn't have thought I could have done back then. The last week, I've done stuff I wouldn't have thought I could have done a year ago. So yeah, we are constantly growing, but you want to pick up as much as you can in high school. And while you want to learn the people skills and build relationships, you want to be with people, with the right people. It should be with people who you like and who have your interests. It shouldn't be about being popular. I mean, I guess maybe for some people it is, but you don't. I guess the old expression, the people who mind don't matter, and the people who matter don't mind. So find the people who you get along with, and they're really not going to care that much about the stupid things you do or what you like. I pretty much keep in touch with one person from high school, but you know what? And I think it's for most people, you're not going to keep it. People move around, and you just don't keep it that much contact. It's 4 years, and it feels like your whole life at the time. It's almost a quarter of your life, but in the grand scheme of things, it's just a small portion of your life. And something else I read said, that once you're out of high school, you should leave it behind you. Too many people get hung up on who they were in high school and have trouble going from there. Admittedly, I'm probably one of those people. Uh, yeah, so that's what I say. Take it for what it is as a learning experience. And use it to better yourself, but realize it is only a small portion of your life, and it doesn't have to stick with you forever. It's not the end of the world. You shouldn't get to the point where you're having anxiety attacks or some over or laying down in front of your car uh, over grades or not getting invited to a party or you know getting asked out on a date. You might meet someone who you'll be best friends with for life, or you might meet the love of your life in high school, but you may also not see anyone from high school again, or other than a high school reunion if you even decide to go to them. So yeah, it's I guess that's just some of my thoughts on high school. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.